Okay, bars and chords, or bars and power chords. You got to learn those before you learn all the important songs, or all the fun songs like Baggage Claim. So, with bars, let's first start with just looking at what a bar chord really is, right? It's put your hands on an E, you play an E regular, right? Or an A minor. You take that same chord, or an E flat. I'm sorry, an E minor. You take that same chord and you play it with, instead of playing it with your first two fingers or your pointer finger and your ring and middle finger, you're going to play those with, you're going to leave your ring or your pointer finger open, right? So you can put a bar on it. But it's the same chord, so there's an E, you move it up one fret with all your fingers, and you lay your first finger down over it. And the important thing is that this finger covers your top string and your bottom two, right? Because this string covers the rest, or these fingers cover the rest of your strings. So you need practice on doing that, because then you can slide that anywhere and make a chord. And what you'll find is that with bar chords, you can do the same chords you can with regular. So this is a G. If you want to make a bar chord that sounds the exact same, this is on the 3rd fret, your first finger on the 3rd fret. It's also a G, same chord. Same with an A. The regular A is down here on the second fret. A barred A is up here on the 5th fret. So this is like an E chord, right? So your regular old E with a bar makes an A. So when you're playing things like Miranda Lambert's, you're going to be sliding these bar chords around. That's all that is bar chords sliding around. So you need to work on bar chords practicing like that. So rather than playing an E or an A minor with your first 3 fingers, play them with your last 3 fingers, right? Start with your middle finger and your ring and pinky playing. Just get used to playing those like that, because eventually you'll lay your pointer finger down on top of everything. And yes, you do kind of have to wrap your wrist a little bit farther around when you play bars, so kind of get used to that. Makes it easier if your guitar is pointing upwards a little bit, so you can wrap your wrist around it easier. But that's what how you want to practice. Okay, so for power chords though, power chords look a lot like a bar chord, except for you're only really playing 3 strings at once. So it's always going to be, they're always going to be 2 frets apart, right? So if you start here, your first finger on the top string, 1st fret, and your ring finger and your pinky finger are on the 4th and 5th string up on the 3rd fret. So 1 and 3, 2 and 4, 3 and 5. And you can drop it down 1 string and play your first finger on the 5th string, 5th, 4th, and 3rd strings, always separated by one fret, right? So you always every other fret. So but power chords are fun too. But it's a lot like a bar. And if you can do a power chord, you just drop your finger down, and it's a bar chord. So they're basically the same things, but power chords are just playing 3 notes at once, so or three strings, rather than a bar chord playing all 6. So there's your quick hints and hopefully helpful information on bars and power chords. Learn them so you can learn them and practice them so you can play all the songs you want to play. Like pretty much everything has either a B minor or an F in it, and those Fs are really F on the 1st string, starting with your 1st fret, or a B minor on the 2nd, starting on the 2nd fret. It looks like it's an A minor moved up with a bar, right? Or I'm sorry, it's an A minor with a bar on the 2nd fret. So lots of songs have one of those 2 chords in it. So you learn bars, and it opens up a whole new world to a whole lot of new songs.